कितने हो गए? सारंगवती में 2 और भागवती में आगे 4 हो गए। फिर प्रेमा भक्ति में आकर के फिर नया 2 पत्ते निकलते हैं। वो है संध्यात्म और कृष्ण आपत्ति। तो प्रेमा भक्ति में कितने हो गए कुल? साधन भक्ति का 2, भाव भक्ति का 4, भागवती का 2, 4 हो गए और प्रेमा भक्ति का फिर 2 कितने हो जाता है? प्रेमा भक्ति में कितना आ जाता है? सब पूर्वक रहता है। साधन भक्ति का 2, भागवती में आ जाता है तो 4 हो जाता है और अपना 6 हो गया ना।
कृष्ण चित्तन कुछ बात है गुरुदेव।
4 2 4 6 आ गया। समझ में आया कि नहीं आया? प्रेमा भक्ति में आकर के कितने पत्तियां आ जाती है कुल? अपना तो नया 2 आ ही जाता है और साधन भक्ति का 2 और भाव भक्ति में 4 और 2 6 हो गए ना।
Manda ele botar o fone, ele vai ouvir. Enfiar o fone, virar a tela.
सुदुर्लभ और मोक्ष लोकता। साधन भक्ति में 2 भक्ति, भाव भक्ति में 2 भक्ति है और प्रेमा भक्ति में 2 भक्ति। लोकता 2 देवता। प्रेमा भक्ति में 2 गुण है, संघात्म विशेषात्म अर्थात गुण का आनंद जिसका स्वरूप है, एवं कृष्ण आकर्षणी अर्थात कृष्ण भी आकर्षण करना। भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु में संघानंद विशेषात्म के विषय में कहा गया कि ब्रह्मानंद को देश के प्रार्थ नौति भक्ति सुखाम बोले परम एक परमानुकुलान कोटि अर्थात प्रार्थ काल समाधि न समुदित तत्व इत्यर्थ इसमें टीका में लिखा है प्रार्थ काल का समाधि के प्रभाव से सिद्ध भक्ति का प्राप्ति भी भक्ति समुद्र में परमाणु के समान भी नहीं होते। जो लोग समाधि दशा में ब्रह्म समाधि दशा में विशुद्ध आनंद अनुभव करता है, ब्रह्म की आनंद अनुभव करते हैं, किंतु भक्ति सुख समुद्र के पास वो एक परमाणु समान ही शिला गोस्वामी पाद विभक्ति सूर्य में यह भी प्रमाण दिए हैं कि साक्षात लाभ शुद्धाब्धि स्थितस्वते सुखानि गुस्पदान्ते ब्रह्मणामि जगद्गुरु। हे जगद्गुरु, तुम्हारे साक्षात दर्शन से उत्पन्न विशुद्ध समुद्र में ब्रह्मस्वरूप प्राप्ति का सुख भी पुष्प की भांति लगता है। भगवान के साक्षात दर्शन में जो आनंद होता है और ब्रह्म धर्म में इसका प्राप्ति इसके पास जैसे गाय के फूल के भांति होता है। गाय के फूल जानते हो? अर्थात बछड़े के पुष्पक के भांति लगता है। ब्रह्मण्यापि जगद्गुरु
This bliss of having darshan of Bhagavan. The Brahma Sukha, the happiness of Brahma, looks like the water the pedal that can stay in a hoofprint of a calf. Means Brahma Sukha becomes very insignificant.
कृष्ण आकर्षण के विषय में कहा गया कि हरि प्रेम भाजम प्रिय वर्ग समन्वितम भक्ति वशीकरोति कृष्ण आकर्षणी मतः। अर्थात प्रिय वर्ग से श्री कृष्ण को प्रेम भाजन के स्वरूप में आकर्षण कर वशीभूत करने के कारण भक्ति को कृष्ण आकर्षणी कहा है। इसे श्रीमद्भागवत में इसका भी प्रमाण उद्धृत कर रहे हैं। कृष्ण आकर्षण, कृष्ण भी स्वयं आकर्षित होकर के चले।
Krishna becomes attracted and comes.
इसके हृदय में कृष्ण प्रेम उदित हो जाता है।
If Krishna Prema comes in someone's heart,
सब कृष्ण एवं उनके परिवार भी उनके द्वारा
Krishna and his associates also become attracted to this person. Narada Rishi. Eu não estava traduzindo porque eu estava esperando o rei dentro. Ah, estão dizendo que o fone não está indo? Sua voz? Estão dizendo que o fone não está funcionando, é isso? Tenta trocar o fone, esse fone. Tenta coisa ligar e desligar a live. Talvez. Enfiar bem no fone, enfiar bem assim, às vezes acontece. Geralmente quando a live começa já tem que estar com o fone dentro. Não bom mudar no meio. Porque às vezes tem problema. Narada Rishi told to Yudhishthira Maharaj. God himself, Parabrahma Bhagavan, who is directly assuming a human form. And is in your house. Means this is a verse that Narada is telling to Yudhishthira. Krishna is in the house of the Pandavas. Narada is glorifying the Pandavas. Once Narada Rishi was going everywhere, and he came to Hastinapur. At that moment, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna was in the house of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Krishna was in the house of Yudhishthira Maharaj at that time. He was there. And Yudhishthira Maharaj, seeing Narada Rishi, did pranam and put him to sit in an asana and give him heartily welcome. After that, Yudhishthira Maharaj very humbly, he asked to Yudhishthira about his family. Because generally people think sadhus are higher, especially those tyagis, those who are renounced and have given up their home. Generally the grihasthas, they honor them so much. The grihasthas honor the sadhus. So Yudhishthira Maharaj put Narada Rishi to sit in a higher asana. And then he was asking about the grihastha dharma, about his duties. So Yudhishthira was asking about his duties as a grihastha. And then Narada told this verse.
Yudhishthira Maharaj,
you are so fortunate in this world. What have I said? There's no one as fortunate as you. Oh, in this world, you are so fortunate. No one is as fortunate as you. Why? Even great rishis and munis, they come to your house. Why? To take the dust from the how do you say? Doorstep of your house. Doorstep. That thing in the middle of the door and outside where you put your feet to step inside the room. So great munis and rishis, they come to the doorstep of the Pandavas to take that dust from the doorstep of their house. Why? Because in your house, Narada is saying, God himself, Parabrahma Bhagavan, he is there with a human being form. What can I tell about the glories of your house? Shastra explains, in that house where Bhagavat Bhajan, God is worshipped and God is there. That house is not actually a griha house. That house is directly Goloka Vrindavana. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, that day where the bhajan of God is going on, the worship of God is going on, that house is not a house, it's directly Goloka Vrindavana. Sindhu means ocean. All the tirthas are in the feet of Lord. So one of the names of Lord is Tirthapad. Means in the feet of Lord, all the tirthas, pilgrimage places are there. All the tirthas, mahatirthas, all kinds of pure rivers and pilgrimage places, all the tirthas, 7 pilgrimage places, and all of them, they are in the feet of Bhagavan. And in that house, where bhajan is going on, that house becomes directly Goloka Vrindavana. So this so confidential Lord means this Parabrahma, God Himself, which is so confidential. He's in the house of the Pandavas, assuming a human being form. So you are so fortunate. Who is saying this? Narada. Why? Why he is saying? Because Narada is a renounced person, and I was cursed by the Prajapati Daksha. Why? Sorry, which curse? That I could not stay anywhere for more time than it takes to milk a cow. I cannot stay anywhere longer than the time for milking a cow. Narada had been cursed by Daksha Prajapati because Narada did all his sons of Daksha Prajapati become renounced sadhus. Because Narada gives such classes lessons to him, to them, to the sons of Daksha Prajapati, that the sons of Daksha Prajapati became sadhus, like renounced. Daksha Prajapati was angry and cursed Narada. You thought if at least one of my sons would be grihastha, would get married, like these people of this world, they say like this. So if you come to this material world and you didn't get married, everything is useless. It's a disgrace in your life. But actually people don't know that the wedding, marriage itself, it's a disgrace. But people of this world, they say, if you haven't gotten married, your life is disgraced. But they don't know that actually the marriage itself, it's a disgrace. The person is foolish, because when that person got married, he is disgracing himself. So Prajapati, this progenitor of mankind, he cursed Narada that he could not stay anywhere for more time than it takes to milk a cow. It's called Godan cow. It's like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And for all this time you can only stay anywhere only until this time. So that's why Narada is traveling everywhere. Why he travels everywhere, Narada? Because he was cursed by Daksha Prajapati. He said, okay, then everywhere I go, I will speak Harikatha and I will make everyone become a sadhu. Not only in your house, I will make everyone become sadhu in all the houses, everywhere. When the sadhu comes to some house, he makes everybody become sadhu. So Narada Rishi told to Yudhishthira Maharaj, but you are grihasthas, you stay with your friends and etc. But Bhagavan comes where? Where does Bhagavan come to? To the house of the grihastha. Isn't it? If you don't have a house, then how God will come in your house? What is it called griha? What is called a house? Where the wife and husband, they live according to Shastra. That house is called grihastha. So one thing is a grihastha, another thing is grihamedhi. What is a grihamedhi? That person who only thinks his house is all in all. He's only eating and sleeping, eating and drinking, like he's not doing Bhagavad Bhajan. He's called grihamedhi. But grihastha is different. You live with your wedded wife, with your religious wife. You stay with her. So you live with your dharma patni. Means you're like wedded wife, properly wife in religion, wedded in religion. So Narada Rishi is saying, you have a house and God Himself stays in your house, assuming a human being form. So you are so fortunate. where a place where there is no sweet harikatha of God, sweet harikatha, where the service to the devotees is not being performed, that house is just like the cave hole of a snake. You know the hole of a snake? Actually, the snake is not making her own hole. The rat is digging the hole. Then the snake comes, enters the hole, eats the rat, and then the snake makes that hole her own. The snake does not make her own hole. Snake goes to the hole of the rat, kills the rat, and then makes that place hers. Makes that place its own. So in the same way, those who stay in the house but don't do Bhagavat Bhajan, don't worship, don't chant holy names, that house, how is that house? Like the cave hole of the snake. It's impure, or also like a cemetery and crematorium. But Narada Rishi is saying, Hey Yudhishthira Maharaj, your house is Goloka Vrindavana actually. Because Lord Himself is always in your house. Understand? Generally, Krishna comes to the house of the Pandavas and stays there. Krishna likes doing so much work in Dwarka, but after doing so much work in Dwarka, Krishna becomes tired. You know, Dwarakadish Krishna Bhagavan. So when he's working, like after working so much, he becomes tired. Then Krishna comes to Hastinapur and comes in the house of Draupadi Yudhishthira to take rest, because they have love and affection to him. Where you would like to stay? Where there is love and affection. That's why Krishna sometimes he comes to Hastinapur and stays in the house of the Pandavas to take rest. Especially Draupadi is actually directly Lakshmi. Draupadi cooks very nice food and feeds Govinda. Rukmini, Satyabhama and them, the queens, they also cook very nice because they're queens and wives of Krishna. But still, Krishna has a special love and affection towards Draupadi. Sakhi. Krishna calls Draupadi as Sakhi. They have so much special love and affection towards each other, Draupadi and Krishna, Krishna and Draupadi. That's why after doing so much royal duties in Dwarka, when Krishna becomes tired, Krishna comes to Hastinapur and stays with the Pandavas for a while. Kunti is also there. Draupadi, Yudhishthira, Arjuna, Kul, Sahadev, 5 Pandavas. They are very dear to Lord, all of them. So in this verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti is saying, what is the glory of Prahlad? What is the good fortune of Prahlad? He had that darshan of Lord, he had, but we are very unfortunate. Page 3984, Madhurya Kadambini, chapter 8. In his explanation of this verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti states, how fortunate is Prahlada, he has obtained darshan of Bhagavan. We, however, are most unfortunate. So the Pandavas are higher than Prahlad. When we discuss the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, we see the 5 kinds of devotees of Lord. First is Gyani Bhakta, Prahlad Maharaj. Higher than Prahlad is Shuddha Bhakta, Ambarish Maharaj. And higher, Prema Bhakta, Hanuman. Higher than Hanuman, Prema Parabhakta, Pandavas. Higher than Hanuman are the Prema Parabhaktas, Pandavas. And higher than Pandavas, who is Uddhav, called Prematur Bhakta. So there are some level of the devotees. And higher, the highest devotees, even higher than Uddhava, are the Vrajavasis. So Bhausudam, Nanda, Jashoda, and Srimati Radhika, and the gopis. So there is some level of the devotees. Why this level is there? It's like a level. According to the possessiveness, mamata, they are classified. Remember that. What is the speciality of bhakti? Everything depends on the kind of mamata you have, kind of possessiveness you have. This will tell how is your bhakti. This mamata, possessiveness, is what you use to measure the prema. How to measure something? There is always a way of measuring things, different ways. So the same way, page 394. So, how much prema somebody has in their heart? Only one way to measure, the mamata, the possessiveness. The more your possessiveness is very thick, then you are the highest devotee. The more mamata you have. Like Prahlad Maharaj is called Gyani Bhakta. He's classified as Gyani Bhakta. Why? Prahlad Maharaj doesn't have any seva vritti. We don't see. Have you seen? You see, when Nrsimhadev Bhagavan appeared from the pillar, Prahlad Maharaj saw how his father was fighting with Nrsimhadev, and Nrsimhadev fighting with Hiranyakashipu.
Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
Jayadeva Goswami explains. Why Parabrahma Bhagavan Krishna stays in Hastinapur? Because of the love and affection of the Pandavas. So everything depends on the mamata, possessiveness. The Pandavas have more mamata than Prahlad. I told higher than Prahlad is Ambarish Maharaj. Prahlad is also not less, but there is this category. Because we don't hear about this seva vritti of Prahlad. He didn't even offer a cup of water to Nrsimhadeva. Did he? Not even a garland of flowers to Nrsimhadeva he gave. He just folded his hands and doing prayers to Nrsimhadev. Why? Prahlad Maharaj knows that this is Leelas of God. His Atmaramapta comes self-satisfied and fulfill all his desires. So like he doesn't need anything. He knows. He's only doing pastimes, performing pastimes. By his glance and all the unlimited universes they are created and destroyed. He doesn't feel hungry or he doesn't feel thirsty. He's not thirsty, not hungry, never. So what is the quality of the Shantarasa devotee? Only one quality. Nishta in his Prabhu. He's my Lord. How is he? He's all powerful. Sarvashaktiman. and he is self-satisfied and fulfill all his desires. Atmaram aptakam, he is self-satisfied. Naptakam, all his desires have been fulfilled. Atmaram also has another meaning. Means Srimati Radhika is always in the heart of Krishna. Another meaning of Atmaram. So we see how Ambarish Maharaj is higher than Prahlad, and Hanuman is higher than Ambarish Maharaj. And who is higher than Hanuman? The Pandavas. And who is higher than the Pandavas? Uddhavji. And higher than Uddhav are the Brajavasis. Subal, Nanda, Yashoda and Radha and the gopis. So we see the highest love is the love of the gopis. So what I want to say is, everything depends on the mamata. So the definition of Prema, the base of the definition of Prema is how much mamata somebody has in the heart. Everything depends on the mamata, the possessiveness. In Shantarasa they don't have mamata. That's why they don't serve. Prahlad Maharaj, he's in Shantarasa. Yudhishthira Maharaj, the Pandavas, they are called Prema para bhakta. (394) last paragraph. Shri Narada then said to Maharaj Yudhishthira, "You Pandavas are more fortunate than Prahlada's guru, me, Narada and other devotees. You are even more fortunate than the residents of Dwaraka, the rishis headed by Vashistha, Marichi and Kashyapa, and also more fortunate than Brahma, Rudra and others. Although they purify the three worlds with their darshan, still to purify themselves completely, they come to your home. This is because the Supreme Absolute Truth, Parabrahma, who remains fully concealed from even the Vedas, always resides in your home with great attachment in the form of a human being, even without you having invited him." So, Narada is telling to the Pandavas, Swayam Bhagavan is always in your house. This is because the Supreme Absolute Truth, Parabrahma, who remains fully concealed from even the Vedas, always resides in your home with great attachment. Page 395, first paragraph. But the Absolute Truth in human-like form does not personally reside in the house of Prahlad, and so the sages do not visit that place with the hope of receiving his darshan. Great munis and rishis, they come to the house of Yudhishthira Maharaj. They come. Why? Because with some excuse, they want to have the darshan of Govinda. Second paragraph, 395 page. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained that Sandrananda Visheshatma is the relishable ras of the fruit of Prema, and Krishna Karshini is the supremely nourishing potency of that fruit. So in the commentary of this verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti wrote, "When we see Lord, we feel an unprecedented bliss, apurva ananda." Just like lover and beloved when they see each other. They feel so much happiness in their hearts. Lover and beloved when they see each other. Do you understand? When you see a beloved in your heart, you feel so much ananda, bliss and happiness. In the same way, God himself, Parabrahma Bhagavan, he stays so much time in the house of the Pandavas. Second paragraph, page 395, chapter 8, text 1c. We will repeat the second paragraph. So which bliss does the devotee feel when he sees Lord? He cannot even describe. It's undescribable. In or undescribable? Indescribable. Because Lord is so beautiful and amazingly beautiful. You cannot explain in words. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Sutta Goswami has described that the two innate qualities of pure transcendental bhakti are Ahaituki and apratihata. Ahaituki, devoid of the desire for the fruit of one's action, and apratihata, unimpeded by any type of obstacle. When bhakti comes to the heart, what happens? Bhakti is Ahaituki and apratihata, causeless and uninterrupted. So two adjectives in bhakti. Ahaituki, causeless, and apratihata. Ahaituki means you don't want the desire for the fruit of your action. Like causeless, you're serving God. But if you ask something in reward, this is actually not service, not actual service. Otherwise, a business transaction. This is a business transaction otherwise. So you should not ask anything from Lord. If you want to ask to God, ask what? Ask service from Him. Hey Prabhu, please be merciful and give me service to your lotus feet. That's enough. Bhagavan also says, but if you serve me and I don't do anything for you, I also don't feel peace. I feel restless. Bhagavan says, you have served me and I didn't give anything to you. How is possible? So that's why sometimes Bhakta and Bhagavan, God and his devotee, they have some loving quarrel. Radha and the gopis, they served Krishna or not? But Krishna tells them, you have served me and I couldn't serve you back. I cannot repay your glorious deeds, even if I had the lifespan of Brahma. Krishna told, hey gopis, you have so much love and affection towards me, attachment towards me. That's why you have given up all the Veda Dharma, rules of society, you gave up everything and came to me. So this sadhukarja means your glorious activities is indescribable. Like your great activities are indescribable, whatever you do. How can I glorify you enough? Okay. If your husband glorifies the wife, you cooked so well, you did so well this and that, the wife doesn't like being praised by the husband. But if somebody who is not her husband glorifies the wife, then the wife likes. Did you understand? What did I say? So for the husband, she doesn't feel all this bliss, but for other people, then she feels even more bliss. What is this? Prasamsha. Prasamsha, the praise, means being praised, no? When somebody tells good things about you. So you should learn this, what they're saying. What is, so the thing that your husband cannot give you bliss, other people give you more bliss. What is that? It's like a question. What is that? Prasamsha means like the praising. Praise means you like more to be praised by other people than by your own husband. This is the specialty of women. If husband glorifies the wife, he will say, "Oh, you fed me so well, you cook so well." She doesn't feel happiness listening to this. But if someone who is not like beyond someone else, not her husband, someone else tells this, no, because her husband is from the house. If somebody from your own house glorifies you or praises you, you don't feel happiness. But if it's somebody outside your house then glorifies you, then you, then you like. So it said, what is that thing that you don't have bliss from your husband, but we have bliss from other people? What is that? You have more bliss from other people? The answer is prashamsa, means praise. And all the ladies want to be praised and glorified. But if her husband glorifies her, she doesn't like. She'll not be happy so much. Isn't it? Because he's also from your house. He's from your house only. If your husband says, "Oh, you fed me so well, you cooked so well, you did so this and that, you did so many things," like wife will not like to hear. But if other people say like this, then she'll feel happy. Yeah. I'm saying this, why I'm telling? Because God is Parampati, the supreme husband. So God praised the gopis. The gopis say, why? What is this? Come on. So one thing is Pati, husband. Second is Parampati, supreme husband. God, Param Brahm Bhagavan. He's glorifying the gopis, and gopis are not happy. Understand? But if someone else, not Krishna, glorifies the gopis, then they are ready to accept what is being said. Did you understand or not what I said? Is your brain working or not? So gopis were glorified by Krishna. Krishna glorified the gopis. Oh, gopis, you gave up everything for me. I cannot repay your deeds. Even if I have a lifespan of Lord Brahma, you are so high. This sloka na pareham, Krishna told. And then what about it? Like, Gopi said, this is the nature of Prem. To glorify one another, to praise one another. Maharaj, you served so much. But it's not, don't feel bliss, happiness listening to this. When will feel happiness? If a third person comes and glorifies and praises, then yes. That's why Bhagavan himself, what did he do? He sent Uddhav to establish the victory flag of the gopis of Srimati Radhika. The flag. Victory flag. Bandeira da vida. Uddhava came and glorified the gopis, and then yes, he established the flag of the victory of the gopis. And that's why Uddhava glorified the gopis in this world. He established the glory. He established the flag of the victory of the gopis. That's why Uddhava told this. In this world, people get the human body. What is the better than the human body? Is the body of a Brahma. Nikilatmani. In this world, Uddhava is saying, This verse is so beautiful. Uddhava ji, he is glorifying gopis and Srimati Radhika. Do you understand? Okay, Krishna glorified the gopis. How? Napareham nirava. Saying this verse, Napareham. But the gopis are not happy so much listening to this. Because Krishna is already like their own, you know. This is the nature of love. Isn't it? Like, your wife cooked very nice and you say, oh, you cooked very nice. You tell her that she cooked well. This is something already from your house, like this is already. But if someone else says, then you feel happy to listen. So Swayam Bhagavan, he sent Uddhava to praise the gopis and establish the flag of the glorification, the flag of the victory of the praise of the gopis. Just like on the top of the Everest and Himalayas, he established this flag on top of this mountain. Understand? You know the Mount Everest? The highest peak of Himalayas is the Mount Everest. So going up in this mountain, climbing the mountain, you go to the top of Himalayas, Mount Everest. And establish the flag there, on top of the Mount Everest. So in the same way, Swami Bhagavan Krishna, he has praised the gopis, yes, saying that they are very high, but their gopis are not happy with this glorification. But when Uddhav established the supremacy of the gopis, then everybody really understood what is the glory of the gopis. With 6 verses, Uddhava he glorified, but this sloka is very special. Ananta rasas. Eta param. The body of the gopis. And they're taking a human body, taking a body. This is the highest thing. Because what is the best body in this world is the human body. The human body is higher than animal's body. But amongst all the human beings in this world, the highest body, who got? These gopis. Why? Because by their body, the gopis are having this Ruda Bhav, this mood towards Krishna, Ruda Bhav. So to have Ruda Bhav to Krishna is not an ordinary thing. What normal people can understand. What is Ruda Bhav? Snehaman Pranay Raga Nurag Bhav Bhav Ruda Adi Ruda Madanaka Mahabhav is like a high stage of love. Very high stage. So who has this? Radha and the gopis. So to attain this Prema, Brahma, Shiva and great demigods, they are eager to attain this love. But until now they haven't obtained. Brahma couldn't obtain it, Narada also could not, and not Shivji also could not. Not only that, even Lakshmi Devi could not attain it as well. What to speak of others? Lakshmi Devi herself also couldn't attain it. She could not attain it. So ladies generally we think they are lower, isn't it? But Uddhav, he's glorifying so much the Braja Gopis. People in this world generally, they think ladies are inferior. they see the ladies as low class. But Uddhava in the Bhagavatam, he's establishing the glories of the gopis. Even great munis, they couldn't attain it. Uddhava is saying, I'm nothing special. Also, I'll not be able to attain as well. What is the meaning? Those persons who get the highest prem, the body they have is the highest also. Like gopis got the highest mood, so they're getting a body is the highest thing. See, like so many people obtain body. You were born, then you get a body, then you die, become ashes, all this. Then you get another body. But who's assuming a body is the highest thing? Assuming the body, action, gopis. So to attain a body is nothing special. Special is in that body. If you attain this great prema, then that assuming a body is superior. And with this prem, you can control Krishna. If you attain the prem, that can control Krishna. What I want to say, the meaning is that the body of the gopis is not an ordinary body. So remember, only one shloka, it's enough. So you attain other bodies, but if you don't have taste in Ananta Katha, it's useless. Ananta Katha, one of the names of God is Ananta. Why Ananta, God, Krishna's name? Ananta because Krishna, he has the highest leelas. Rasa Lila. Rasa Lila is also called Ananta Lila. Understand? So if you don't have taste for Ananta Katha pastimes, if you don't have to get ruchi in Harikatha, Ananta Katha is not an ordinary thing. That's why here it says, Swayam Bhagavan himself, okay, first he glorified the gopis. That shloka I told. Napariham Niravada Samudra. In this verse, Napariham Niravada Samudra. But the gopis, they didn't care. They couldn't care less. But when Uddhav glorified the gopis and established their glory of their prema in this world, then people, they means you don't have the desire for your activities, for results in this world. If you so Akbar Batsa emperor told, eggplant's very nice. You can make begum bharta, like mashed eggplant. You can also make fried eggplant. It's very nice. We like or not. Have you eaten? Yesterday they made eggplant fried. You know, like fried. Or you can also make begum eggplant pakora. You can make also eggplant. Put in any subject. Very nice. After some time, then Akbar Batsa emperor told to Birbal, his minister, begum, no quality, means eggplants is very bad. If you eat, then you'll have itching in the body, very bad subject. Birbal also agreed, oh yeah, this is true, eggplants are very bad. Then Akbar Batsa emperor told, when I glorified the eggplant, you agreed, and when I told that eggplant was very bad, also you agreed. Why? Then the Birbal minister told, oh Maharaj, I'm not the emperor, I'm not the servant of eggplants, I'm your servant. You glorified eggplant, I agreed. Actually, your happiness is my benefit. Because if you be happy with me, you give me money, you give me some tip or something, isn't it? Like some extra money. Or... So when you glorify someone in this world, when you praise someone, means you will get something in reward. But Bhagavan, with Bhagavan it's not like that. Your bhakti towards Krishna should be Ahaituki, without the desire for anything back, any fruit. You should not ask anything from Lord. Prema means to give, not to take. Prema means to give, not to take. Only one definition. Prema means to give and give, not to take. Isn't it? Give to your son. Oh son, take as much as you want, take my son. This is love in this world, like a father to a son. The father comes from the market and gives some food to the kid, and when the kid eats, then the father is so happy, and then he tells, son, give me one. And then the son gives that thing to the father, and father also eats that thing and becomes so happy. We see in this world. So you go to the market and you buy one toffee, like a candy, and you give it in the hand of your son. And the son gives it back to you, mommy, you take it. And then your mommy doesn't eat the candy and gives to the father to eat. And then father eats the candy and he's so happy. So we see in this world. Prema gives. Prema doesn't want to take. Love doesn't want to take, only to give. So Ahaituki, without the desire of the fruit. And apratihata means without obstacles. There is no obstacle. Apratihata. Incessantly, just like the incessant flow of oil falling down. Just like if you pour the honey, it will come as like a continuous flow. Like the incessant flow of oil or honey. So in the same way, bhakti is incessant. Bhakti never ends or stops. Bhakti means seva, service. So we should serve also in the same way, incessant service. So in the beginning of our bhajan, some obstacles come. Although obstacles may still arise as the sadhaka performs bhajan, he is not overwhelmed by them. Like this, the obstacles don't... Suppose you're doing bhajan, chanting, but your wife took your japamala. What to do? No, your husband. Maybe your husband took away your japamala. How to chant? Okay, you can take my japamala. I'll chant in my mind. Gurudev also gave Gopal mantra, and he cannot. No one can take this away from you. Okay, when your husband goes to the work, then you chant the mantra you received from Guru that time. Isn't it good or not? So bhakti is also like that. So in the beginning there are obstacles, but this bhakti has no obstacle, like cannot be stopped. Understand? Okay, he took your japamala away. He took away your paper with your mantras. Okay, no problem. But in your mind, this thing that you have in your mind, the Gopal mantra, how can he take away? How can he take away from you, your husband? Can he do that? No. He cannot take something which is in your mind. Because in the beginning of bhakti, sometimes, yes, some obstacles come. But the bhakta, the devotee, never becomes restless or concerned. Actually, from these obstacles, he becomes more humble and more eager. Which kind of humility comes? oh, something bad is going on with me, some problem going on to me. This is coming from the desire of God. Maybe in my previous life I did some activity, some karma. As the fruit of this karma, all these obstacles now are coming to my life. So the devotee understands in this way. In previous life I gave some, did something bad to someone, and this is coming back to me now. What to do? Probably I sowed this seed, and now I'm harvesting. I'm reaping. So I sowed this seed, and now I'm reaping this fruit. This is my own thing, my own fault, isn't it? So when some obstacle comes, the devotee becomes humble, and also at the same time he becomes utkantit, means eager. You become even more eager. Oh, how can I do even more bhajan of God? So dinata, humility, and this utkanta, eagerness, they are special symptoms of bhakti also. Those who have no humility in their hearts and also no eagerness, that person doesn't have bhakti actually. That's why sometimes Bhagavan, knowingly, God gives these kinds of hardships to the devotees. Understand? At the stage of Prema, the devotee becomes so intoxicated by enjoying its fruit that no calamity or obstacle can affect him even slightly. Just as a valiant warrior furiously absorbed in battle forgets himself, or a thief covetous of great wealth becomes obsessed with stealing, fearing neither vice nor his own life, so the Premi Bhakta does not care for auspiciousness or inauspiciousness, as he is enchanted by the rapture of Prema Ras. So the example given. The Premi Bhakta, he feels even more utsaha, enthusiasm in his heart. When the obstacles come, he doesn't see it as an obstacle. And actually he feels more, he becomes more intoxicated in Prema Rasa. Page 396, Bhavanovad. The devotee's longing to meet with Bhagavan is like an insatiable hunger that persists even after feasting day and night on endless quantities of the most delectable foodstuffs of the four varieties. This eagerness burns within him like the blazing sun, but then at that very moment a spurti, momentary vision, manifests, cooling him like millions of moons. So you can have spurti, momentary vision of Lord, you can see him in a dream, and you can see him directly. When Prema comes in the heart, you can see God in three ways. By spurti, momentary vision, like Mahaprabhu also, he was saying, I was doing Nama Bhajan, chanting holy names, and I saw a beautiful bluish boy coming to me, Mahaprabhu told, and he was moving his hand like Asanan. He was moving to me and attracting me. I was chanting holy names. I went to catch him, but he was running away from me, and running behind him, this bluish boy disappeared into a kunja. Then I fainted because I couldn't attain him. In the dream also you can see Lord. Sometimes in the dream, Radha Govinda comes to the dream sometimes. Like the Goswamis, they used to also dream of Radha Govinda. Another?
क्या बताया? साक्षात दर्शन।
Saksha darshan.
साक्षात भगवान भक्त के कहते हैं हे भगवान हे भक्त।
So God comes and tells to the devotee, hey devotee, see my form, have the darshan of my form. According to the kind of the devotee, Lord will manifest his form accordingly. The devotee of Dasarasa, God shows them form of 4 arms. And seeing the beautiful form of Lord, the devotee faints. He's crying, seeing the beautiful form of Lord. Then Bhagavan, what does he do? Again, Lord wakes up the devotee. Because the devotee fainted after seeing God. So Bhagavan, he takes the conch in his hand. You know, Vishnu has the conch in his hand. With the conch, Lord touches the chin of the devotee. Touching, feeling the touch of the conch of God, the devotee wakes up and opens his eyes. Then he sees the beautiful form of Lord. Then the devotee faints again after seeing the beautiful form of Lord. So what happens when you see Lord? You feel so much ananda, happiness, that you faint from this ananda because of the happiness, bliss. When you see God himself directly, just like Dhruva Maharaj. God gave darshan to him, no, with 4 arms. And God told, hey Dhruva, ask some benediction. Dhruva ji, what did he say? Hey Prabhu, your lotus feet is rare even for demigods, great demigods. You mercifully give me darshan. I don't want to ask for any benediction. Don't inspire me to ask for benediction because I don't want. Prabhu, I don't want any benediction. I was looking for pieces of glass. I was looking for pieces of glass. Means I came to worship actually to get material things. Like this broken bottle. It's not worth anything. A broken glass, broken bottle, for example, pieces of glass. So I was looking for pieces of glass. I came searching for pieces of glass. Caco de vidro. Means I wanted material things. But you mercifully give me darshan of your so rare lotus feet. So I don't want to ask for any benediction. Don't inspire me to ask for benediction. Like, don't encourage me to ask for benediction. Don't encourage me. But Lord told, hey Dhruva, no, I must give you something, some benediction, some blessing. In this way, Swayam Bhagavan, Narayana, gave benediction to Dhruva. For 36,000 years, you will be without any obstacle, you will be king. After that, there will be a planet for you called Dhruvalok. So for 36,000 years, you will govern as a king, and then you go to Dhruvalok. Until the suns, stars, and moon will exist, people will remember you. So until nowadays, the Dhruvalok is there also, and we remember this. Bhagavad darshan will never go in vain. It's infallible. Like to see directly Lord. Prahlad Maharaj also got direct darshan. Dhruva Prahlad, they also got darshan. But the other devotees, gopis, they are always seeing God. They feel so much bliss in having Govinda darshan. Srimati Radhika says, when I see Krishna, Srimati Radhika is saying, the tears, I cannot see properly Krishna in that time. So When you see Krishna, you feel so much bliss and you cry so much. And you feel so much prema in the heart that you think like, oh, where should I put Krishna to sit? Like, you'll become like restless because you don't know what to do to serve him properly. So these are like two enemies that come. This is Goloka saying. The tears and this restlessness because you don't know exactly what to do to serve him, because you want to do everything at the same time. You feel so much bliss when you see Lord. What can I say? Ela fica atarantada porque ela quer servir de tantas formas que ela não sabe nem o que fazer e fica se impede. They're the two enemies. So Sakshat Darshan, to see directly Lord. So three kinds of darshan. In the dream, spurti, momentary vision, and directly see Lord. This eagerness burns within him like the blazing sun, but then at that very moment a spurti manifests, cooling him like millions of moons, as he delights in the endless beauty, qualities and sweetness of Bhagavan. At the stage of Prema, the devotee burns in separation from Bhagavan, and is simultaneously cooled by a spurti of him. Such is the astonishing nature of Prema. Piyusha Varshini Vritti. Gurudev just read this paragraph, sorry I was late. Those who have the book, 396, in the middle paragraph. So much bliss in seeing Lord. Cannot even describe. What happens when you see Lord? Bhagavad Darshan. I told. Dhruva Maharaj had Darshan, Prahlada Maharaj also. Brahma and demigods also saw Lord. But who got the highest darshan? The gopis. And amongst the gopis, Srimati Radhika gets the highest darshan of Krishna. Why I'm saying this? Because to measure the prem, I told, what is it? How to measure a prem? The mamata. Possessiveness. The more possessiveness you have, mamata, according to that, more deep will be your darshan of God. Everything depends on this. Prema is the special thing in the prem is the mamata. Understand mamata? Cannot buy in the market. Mamata is something natural from the heart. Just like when the mother gives birth to a baby, she has this mamata, possessiveness to the baby. He's my baby, my son. Understand? So the parents, they feel so bliss having kids. And what is the main cause of this happiness they feel? Of the parents. Is the mamata they feel. Possessiveness. Those who don't have kids, they take other kids in the lap, but they don't have the real mamata, possessiveness. Is it possible? That's why Tulasidas told the infertile woman, what does she know? She doesn't have a kid of her own. Who knows? You know, the infertile woman, what is an infertile woman? Like a woman actually who has no kids yet, doesn't have kids. She doesn't understand about the mamata of a mother. Because when you give birth to a baby and you take care of that baby, that happiness the woman feels, only the woman who has a kid can understand. A woman who had a baby. And also in this world, when the baby is born, actually the mother feels so much pain also in that time. Okay, after you get married, you do some bhajan. But when you get babies, you cannot do bhajan. It's useless. You're only taking care of the baby all the time. The baby stools, poops, pass water. You have to take care of him. You don't have time for bhajan. Is it possible to do bhajan taking care of babies? No. The baby is always tan, tan, pan, pan, like harmonium, pan, 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 like crying. Cannot do bhajan. When you do bhajan, if you give up, if you're free from all the material things. Continuously. Continuing. The realm of Prema has another distinguishing feature. In this world, hunger and food cancel each other out, whereas the more the Prema Bhakta savors the sweetness of Krishna in a spurti, in a dream or directly, the more his already intense, immeasurable eagerness and greed increase. This intense thirst is an indicator of taste, even though that anxious thirst burns him with the heat of millions of suns. That's why it's called Utkantamai Prem. The Prem that the gopis have in their hearts, it's called Utkantamai Prem. So the Vraj Prem has also 3 levels. One is Vivek Shuno Prem. Second, Sohrid Prem. And third, Utkantamai. So this Utkantamai Prema, only Radha and the gopis they have. They are not happy if only by seeing Krishna. They want to serve directly Krishna also. But even I told that they are happy if they see Krishna. Actually not enough. They really want to actually serve him directly. Then they will be pacified. All this beautiful katha. Now let's do the arati of Tulasi, Gangeya Champeya. Let's sing. Very sing. So, even though that thirst burns him with the heat of millions of suns, his experience of the unparalleled charm of Shri Krishna's name, form and qualities through a spurti soothes him with the coolness of millions of moons. Page 397.
वह दग्ध करता है कि उत्कंठा की प्रबलता से स्फूर्ति प्राप्त भगवान के रूप और लीला की माधुर्य से भी उनकी तृप्ति नहीं होते।
This astonishing prema simultaneously magnifies the contrary experience of burning in separation and being cooled by the sweetness of a spurti when it makes its appearance in its reservoir, the devotee's heart, and when it develops slightly, the devotee is scorched by the fiercely blazing arrow of his intense and relentless craving to directly meet Bhagavan. The intensity of his eagerness is such that the spurti of the sweetness of Bhagavan's form and pastime no longer satisfy him. Second paragraph. In this state of discontent, kith and kin appear to the Prema Bhakta to be like a dark, dried up well, his own house like a thorny jungle, and even taking a meager amount of foodstuff feels like a mighty assault. Praised by saintly persons feels like the bite of a poisonous snake, and mundane daily duties are like death. His every limb feels burdensome. Consolation from confidants feels like a shower of poison. His constant wakefulness is an ocean of repentance, and whatever little sleep he gets makes him feel like he has squandered his life. Even having a body seems like bearing punishment. So when Prema comes to the heart, what happens to the devotee? This is explaining here. The devotee even doesn't want to eat also, because eating looks like we just heard. Take a meager amount of foodstuff feels like a mighty assault. Praised by saintly persons feels like the bite of a poisonous snake. And mundane daily duties are like death. Kith and kin appear to the Prema Bhakta to be like a dark, dried up well, his own house like a thorny jungle. Page 397, second paragraph, 8th chapter. His every limb feels burdensome. Okay, let's light.